What is going on, guys? We are back for something a little special. I'm going to do a what-if scenario for the Chiefs joining North America when there's an expansion to 10 teams. Now, all of this, obviously, probably, most likely, will never happen, but that's kind of the point of this. So just like, what if? Like, would this be a good move? You guys will let me know in the comments. Would it be a good move for Sonics to give them a spot? But we'll go over exactly why I'm talking about this today. We are watching Chiefs versus Envy at the World Championship, so feel free to watch that as I talk about what I think could potentially happen. First, let's get into if RLCS ever expands to 10 teams. Probably the way they'll do it is you would probably do your same promotion tournament and all that, unless they announce it before the season starts. But you'll have the same promotion tournament, you'll have your 8 teams, and you'll have your 4 teams in the rival series. I would assume they would add an extra week, maybe before the next RLCS season when they decide, hey, we're going to expand to 10 teams in both North America plus Europe, and they'll probably have like a double elim play-in, very similar to the promotion tournament with those 4 teams, and that'll be with roster changes and all that just to see who makes it in. Now, here's my thing. What if the Chiefs came over and Sonics was like, yo, we'll give you one of those spots, or we'll at least let you play for one of those spots instead of just going straight to the rival series. Now, the way I can see this happening is, say a team like CLG, say they disband, and CLG wants a new team. Who knows? Maybe they go to the Chiefs and say, hey, we will move you to the East Coast of North America, maybe even the West Coast. I would say it's probably better off to play from the East Coast because you play on East Coast servers. But we will move you to the East Coast of North America, like somewhere like in the States, and you can stay here. Now, obviously, there's probably plenty of issues with this for the 3 players, but let's just say they buy out the contracts, CLG takes them over, and they move to the East Coast. And this is right when the expansion begins to happen, where maybe they're in talks with Sonics, like, hey, like if you do decide to expand, can you give us a shot like in that play-in? Because frankly, I think we deserve it. Now, like, is that fair to the play-in teams? Probably not. But do the Chiefs deserve it? Probably so. So Sonics most likely would not do this because it would promote like favoritism and all that. But just what if? What if they had the 4th best team from the rival series play one best of 7 versus the Chiefs to see who gets into the play-in tournament itself, and then we go from there? And then what if the Chiefs actually make the RLCS? They have that potential, obviously. They look like they could be a very strong, like right around, like right below that big 3 of North America, like at the very least. So now, why would the Chiefs do this? Many reasons. There's actually tons of reasons why they would do this. Now, I don't know their exact salary, but I know it's relatively low. They can probably get anywhere from 5 to 10 times the salary easily if they move to North America. The viewership here is so much crazier. The sponsorships, the big name orgs, it would definitely help. Their Twitch viewership would help a ton as well. But not even just that, the prize money. Now let's look at the prize money right here. For North America teams, they get $10,500. Now this is of Season 5 money to just play in league play. So if you come in dead last, you get $10,500. First place in OCE, they only get $8,250. So immediately, they make less than the worst North American team. Now, they do make up for this when they go to the World Championship. So they get that money back, as $5,000 is for last place. And they can get like all the way up to at least $10,000 for 5th place. And it continues from there, you know, then it goes into the really big money. But like, just think about that. Last place in NA will get that money. Then there's also regional playoff money. So if you do finish top 6, then you get an extra $1,250 for playoffs, all the way up to $10,000 for North America. So it's not bad there. But let's talk about the viewership here for the Chiefs. Like, if they did come over, and like I'm just saying CLG for, you know, like that would make the most sense. Like, they have money. They might want to make a splash into Rocket League again. Like, if the old CLG roster disbands, something happens. Let's look at the average viewership. The OCE playoff average viewership was 2,919 people. The average viewership for North America was 69,000. Europe was 74,000. That is 25 times the viewership. And what that means is sponsor money. That's where CLG comes in. Like, we wouldn't rep you in OCE because it's not worth our time. It won't do anything for our sponsors. So that's why they would want to move them to North America. Now, the other thing is, for the Chiefs, there's pros and cons to this. It'll be extremely more competitive. And as we go into game number 2 here, we'll just skip that and go right into game number 2. But for North America, you get more of a challenge, which might help them on the world stage if they do make it. Now, of course, it's going to be a more difficult road to even make it to the World Championship. So, well, they might lose out there once in a while. Like, they might lose out on a season. Or who knows, maybe it completely fails, and they go to play in that rival series play-in, and it just doesn't work out. And they lose there, and then they're stuck in the rival series or whatever that may be. But they can probably climb out. Like, I still even think like the rival series might be a better move for them just because of the viewership is still higher, and they can probably get promoted to the RLCS relatively quickly. Now, of course, being homesick, like away from everything, would be a problem. I also don't know what responsibilities these 3 players have from the Chiefs. So obviously, that would be a big deal as well if there's any school involved or anything like that. But who knows? So again, big what if. But just imagine the splash that would make where the Chiefs get picked up by CLG. And then they're like, we're coming to North America. Now, for the OCE scene, that would be probably like a dagger to their heart. They would lose their best team, probably their best practice. But the Chiefs have like dominated there for so long that maybe it's time for them to make that major step forward and just move over. Now, OCE would have to rebuild again, and they would probably look... I would say a little bit weaker, at least into RLCS Season 6. But we saw Tainted Minds take Envy to the distance. There's definitely teams that can rep OC extremely well at the World Championship. And also, talking about the World Championship, for at least right now, Season 5, the best seed that the Chiefs can get would be a second-round matchup. And that's after a bonus first-round matchup versus the European #1 seed. That is not a great bracket for them either to make a World Championship run. So that would help them a ton as well. There's a lot of things that I think would help the Chiefs a lot. Like if they can somehow manage to get a NA sponsor to sponsor them to fly out, have a game in-house, and play for the rival series or the RLCS when expansion happens. And if expansion happens, I have no idea like if expansion will ever happen. But if it did, that's probably how it would play out. It would probably be the 4 rival series teams. So what do you guys think about the Chiefs moving to North America and competing versus the likes of G2, Cloud9, Energy, Evil Geniuses week in and week out? I think it would be a ton of fun. Now, of course, I'm spoiled, so I want all the good teams to play where I watch them more with more of a focus. And I assume the OCE guys would hate this idea, but I'm just saying. It's just a what-if scenario. It's just for fun. Let me know what you think, and if you have any other ideas about that, or any other ideas about a what-if scenario that's something extreme that you would like to see in the RLCS. So, thank you guys for watching. The Chiefs went on to win this series, making Day 3 of the World Championship. I'm excited to see them again next season, hopefully at the World Championship. But until next time, guys, I'm Gibbs, and we'll see you. Bye.